Hey, 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 hey. Happy Sunday, everyone. How's it going out there in the YouTube streets? What's going on? I think I'm running a bit late, but I'm here and ready to rock and roll as we go into talking about remote work and working from home and what is it like and do we want it or do we not want it? Do we regret it? All kinds of things as it relates to working from home. So I'm looking forward to this conversation and I hope everybody is ready and ready to get on with it. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hit the like button if you will as you come in. I appreciate it. The algorithm appreciates it. And it lets the algorithm know that you are totally interested in this conversation. Hi, Grant. Good to see you. Happy Sunday to you. What's going on? We done had anniversary. We done had subscribe milestone. We have had great information about playlists. Ginseng, long time no see. Welcome in. How's it going? How's it going? It's been a long time since I've seen you. Good to see you. I had a question that I wanted to put up here. So give me a second while I do that. Always messing up the thing. Sorry about that. I'm going to put this question up here. Coming in from Turkey, right? Can you all see that? Can you see the question up there? Hey, Candy K. Hey, y'all. Hey. Welcome in. Good to see you. Happy Sunday to you. I am so ready to hear what everybody has to say about working from home. Yes, 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 yes. I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to get in and before we get started. But I know already that Grant works from home and Kendi K works from home. But Grant, I had a question for you. You said that you said I work remotely as well, and then you put shared. What do you mean by shared? Do you mean hybrid or what do you mean by shared? I want to know what that means. Having to spend the whole day in meetings, but I love it, Kendi K says. Well, you know what? The meeting part, I shared your live. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, Grant, for letting me know what you meant. The meeting part, I don't know. Hold on, let me see. I gotta find something here. Find Grant's um statement he had up here, and now I lost it. Uh, so that I could pull it down, but that's okay. So, blurred boundaries. What is that like for you? Can you still find the line between working from home and your personal life at home? Is it blurred or is there still a separation line there? Because I'm going to believe that that it's not that the line is blurred already. That's what I'm going to think. Also, Ginseng says in Turkey, we don't do that over here. So you guys don't work from home. You have to go out and commute and do such. Okay, I think he says he's leaving. Studies have shown that remote workers, let me put this up here. Studies have shown that remote workers work far more than 40 hours a week. It's true. I believe that because I work more than 40 hours a week. And I believe that that has something to do with the blurred lines. Welcome in, Jackie. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. I'm glad you made it. I do believe that. Kendi K, do you work more than 40 hours a week? I wonder about that because that's one of the things I want to talk about, and I believe working more than, especially if your work schedule is designated to 40 hours a week. If it's 40 hours a week, how do we get over to more than 40 hours a week, especially if you're working from home? Jackie says she works more than 40 hours a week. She works 55 to 60, but Jackie, you have two jobs, correct? And are your employments remote? Kitty K say, heck yeah, I give more than 40 hours a week. It's probably like an average of 55. I don't even know how many hours I work, but I'm salary. I know I work more than 40 hours because of the blurred lines there. Yes, I work two jobs. They are remote now. They did not used to be. Okay. So, my question is, can you describe and can you tell me if the lines between working from home and being at home, your personal life, is it blurred? Has it meshed? Is it mixed? And is that one of the reasons why you work more than 40 hours a week? For me, it's because my lines are totally blurred. When I worked contracting, there were blurred lines. Okay, so for me, an example, and I got my little notes here so I don't forget stuff. I'm not all nervous and crazy like I was yesterday. But like I'll give you an example. You're at work, you're on the computer. Hey, welcome in, Real. What's going on? Good to see you. Excellent live on yesterday. I enjoyed it, had a good time. So we're talking about remote work, working from home, and welcome in, Motivated. And what is it like for you? So we're talking about the blurred lines between working from home and being at home, and those lines being blurred because you're working but you're mixing your home life with your remote work life. And an example of that would be like you're on the computer and you're working, and then you get up and you decide you're going to go and put a load of clothes in while you're working, instead of just working, doing your regular breaks and your lunch like you would if you were at work, and then doing your laundry when you come home. So doing your laundry maybe after you get off work. uh Kendi K says, I think salaried work versus hourly work always means you end up working more than the standard 4 hours. That is also true. But I'm thinking that since I work from home and since I do have the flexibility, you know, I think that I should be able to um keep my work and keep my laundry and all the stuff here at home that I see while I'm here working, to the side until I'm actually off the clock. But I think it's a very difficult thing to do. And so that's why we have these blurred lines between work and remote. So what about this? Are there more pros to working from home than there are cons? And I don't want to talk about COVID, because during COVID, a lot of people had to work from home. So we really don't want to count that. We're talking about working from home by choice right now. Yes, Jackie, I believe it is challenging to separate the two. I'm sleepy. I need a nap. I was just telling someone on the phone about 15 minutes ago that I was sleepy, and I had no business being sleepy on my do whatever I want to do Sunday, my self-care Sunday. So, but yeah, I understand sleepy because I am absolutely sleepy as well. But so working from home is, what are the pros and cons? Are there more pros to working from home than there are cons to working from home? Jackie says she loves working from home because I am comfortable. I love it being peaceful. Flexibility, Grant says. Flexibility is the pro. Yes, flexibility is the pro, unless you have a remote job where you have to do check-ins throughout that time span that you're working. I don't have to do check-ins. I have to do just clock in from my phone, and then I don't even have to clock out. I don't have to do any clocking in and out for lunch or anything like that. And I am salaried, but there's still this thing where I have a tendency to veer off. Now, when I was in remote college, when I was in school and I was remote, I was super disciplined. So it was about being online when I was supposed to be, and doing, my personal stuff separately from that. But working from home is it's a little different for me now. And I did have a routine. I'm off of it now. And there's a logical explanation for that too. But yes, it's everything can get mixed, especially I believe with us women. Even though I'm not doing laundry, I'm sure someone else who works from home is doing laundry, or getting doing a meal prep in between writing that report, and you know and doing personal things. Motivated says, I'm salaried as well. I don't know if y'all can see this on the screen or not, but I'm putting your comments on the screen. I'm salaried as well, so there is an expectation. If a deliverable is due, there is no reason not to get it done. Okay. So yeah, I get my work done, but if something in the workflow is stressful, then I will get up and go in the backyard and walk a couple laps, even if it's not my break time, and just kind of try to pull myself together. But for the most part, I'm on this computer like I'm supposed to be, because I have deadlines. I might have 5 things to write just for that one day. Then tomorrow I might only have 1 thing to write. And then the next day it may be 3 things to write. But it's expected that if I have 5 things that I need to do, I need to do them, for that day. So, but sometimes it gets a little sketchy. Jackie said, I think your mindset be different when you have to go to work versus remote. That, yeah, I would agree with that as well. Yeah, your mindset is different because you're thinking about commute, you're thinking about getting to work on time, you're thinking about, whatever it is you're going to encounter when you get there. And then when you're at home, all you have to really do is worry about getting to the computer on time. And sometimes that can be a challenge for some people as well. For sure, I take time away There is stress whether you go in or not. Yes. Time management. Time management is very important, and discipline with working from home. But yeah, it gets pretty blurry sometimes, and it's important. I think it's important to, get back within those lines, because if you don't, it could get stressful. It could get very, very stressful. Kendi K said, but still, the benefits of remote work outweighs working in person. Okay, so the pros, Kendi K believes that the pros are more than the cons. And I don't know if I agree with that, but I can say that I am glad that I do work from home. I was working from home prior to getting diagnosed with colorectal cancer. I was already a year working remote before that happened. So it was helpful to go through all of my treatment and then my recovery, not having to go back to work, after all of that, and that I was already remote. So that worked for me. Jackie said, for me, everything be rushed. By the time I would settle myself, it was time to go back home, and it meant staying a few minutes. So I felt like I got stuff done. Folks would call me, call me all day. That's something else too that I want to talk about. Are are we separating? Um, with the blurred lines again is going to keep coming up, because after you're off work, after you have closed the laptop or shut the desktop down, are you checking your emails to see what's up for tomorrow, or checking your emails because somebody's probably emailing you from work? I'm glad I work from home. I do appear in person when needed, but that's only every few months or so. That's so it's hybrid, but predominantly from home. That rocks. Yes. Now I have coworkers who opt to go in, Motivated said. They feel they are not as effective and easily distracted by being home. So it comes down to knowing you, and what works for you. And Grant says email is always on phone for me. Yeah. So if I have an email and it's after I have shut the laptop down, I am not looking for it. Even if I hear the notification, I have my work phone right here, and it stays in this room, because this room is my YouTube studio. This is my craft room, and this is my work office. So once I'm done, if I'm not in here doing YouTube business, I am not in this room, and this phone stays in this room. My sister opted to go back to work in person. She's an extrovert. I'm definitely an introvert. Okay. Okay, so I like working from home, and now that I have the ostomy, and now that I've been uh, remote for, I guess, almost 3 years, I would find it very difficult to go back in. Even my second job is remote. So I would really have a hard time getting back out there. I would do it if I had to, but I'm sure I would have a hard time. And I do think that there are more, in my case, more pros than cons to working from home. Hi Melody, how are you? Good to see you. Happy Sunday. You're just popping in to say a quick hello. Well, hello to you, and thank you for popping in. It's always good to see you. It's always good to talk to you. And I hope you were not late when you went to go and meet with your people from the live, from the video you shared. I believe it was this morning. And I hope you made it on time. being that you were only a few minutes away. I hope you made it on time. But yes, so there's less interruptions when you work from home. For some people, that is. I have a lot of interruptions working from home. So, but you have less interruptions. You save gas. You save the commute. You don't have to drive in the traffic, especially if you work at a significant distance from your job is at a distance from your employment. And if you have like chronic illnesses and disabilities, like maybe MS, you can still work remote. You know, if you're in a chair, it's easier to work remote than it is to getting to the car, getting the chair in the car, getting out and doing all of that. Yeah. So um those are pros. Um Aging, you're 72 and you decided that you don't want to retire and you're still working, remote might be a pro for you, right? Yes, Melody, I do. I work fully remote. Um, that's it. And I have two different places of employment, but my second job I'm on a break because this first one, this primary job, is so tumultuous right now that I had to take a break from the other place because it is just so overwhelming. So, but I'm still employed at the second place. I'm just on a break, and that's another blessing about being a remote worker when your supervisor knows when you need a break and allow you to have it and don't want you to quit. So, I have that benefit. But the cons, yeah, and YouTube and a husband, and all the good stuff. Grant said, I went from driving an hour one way to work as a school district treasurer to bookkeeping work at home. I'm so thankful the reduced stress and um, helped your health so much too. Yes, yes. So for your health, working from home is better. For my health, working at home is better. Even though if I had to go back, I would. And prior to being remote, I had moved where I could walk to work. My job was like right around the corner, and it took me less than 3 minutes to walk from my house to my job. And then I just got blessed to get the remote job because I followed my supervisor who moved to another state. And so she was like, do you still want to work with me? We can go work, remotely in a whole different county. And so I did that, and I'm glad I did because it helped with, what I went through with the cancer and the recovery and the surgery and all of that. And so I've been back to work a little over a year, and it's been great, but the last couple months has just really been crazy and stressful and, doing these different transitions. But I want to ask you about working from home, being remote, and having tech problems. Do you have technology problems and need the services of a tech person? Is that like a con to working from home? Tech problems. You know, I have tech problems sometimes, and it's not my internet, it's the system, just the system of keeping everything together. Word up, word up, word up. Welcome in to the chat. How's it going? Happy Sunday to you. And do you work from home? So we have a tech guy on retainer. Okay. So our tech people, we have tech people that service um, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and other counties. So it's a lot of tech stuff going on, and for the most part, we don't have problems. But I seem to have problems where because I work from home, and I do have a work laptop, but certain things, even on my work laptop, I'm not allowed to do. There's another system that I have to go into because they don't want that information outside, even on my work laptop. So sometimes there's some glitches and stuff going on inside the system. So Jackie says working from home is great for mental health. Technical problems definitely are a big issue with work from home using their VPN, etc. Yes, one job I had remote had to set up a computer for her. Yeah, yeah, the tech stuff is pretty challenging sometimes, but is not necessarily a con to me because we have tech problems just doing YouTube sometimes. So I think that's natural. And so it's not so bad about that. But what about the engagement with other people, the face to face? Do you miss it? Do you miss the face to face? Do you miss the potlucks? Do you miss the Christmas parties? Or do you work close enough, even though you're at home? Do you work close enough to go in to a potluck or to a Christmas party? Hey, Pastor, welcome in. Happy Sunday to you. Good to see you. Good to see you and welcome home too. I'm so glad you're home. And I still think you're doing too much, but you the pastor. And so I'm just gonna throw my hands up and say, okay. So yes, have you been working from home for a year? Or did you used to work from home before? I used to work from home. Had been working remote a year before I was diagnosed with cancer. And so I think I'm going into my third year of remote or something like that. But I was already a year in, and then I had a year out, for the treatment and recovery and surgery and all of that stuff. Yeah, today when I went live, I had issues with YouTube. Yes. So we have tech problems. So having tech problems, having tech problems, I don't necessarily think that's a con, but I did put it in the con section because somebody else may think that it is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will pray. I will pray. But I'm so glad you're home, Pastor. After 30 years in the workforce, no, I don't miss the work mixers. Sorry for the cap lock on. Yeah, yeah. We used to have like a potluck, seemed like every Thursday. And I used to be like, I have work to do. I don't have time to be over here doing no potluck. But now I work, I'm in Los Angeles, but I work in San Francisco. So there will be no potlucks for me or Christmas parties because that's like a six or 7 hour drive from where I live. So uh, Motivated said our team meets up 3 to 6 months for those close to the office. It works out, but you definitely need an outlet to socialize. Yeah, and so my outlet for socializing is YouTube. And then we still have our regular lives and people in our lives, and sometimes it's not so great. Maybe it's good sometimes, and sometimes it's not, to have the mixing, with your coworkers. So it all depends on who you are and what you like or what's good for you. We go into the office once a week together. Yeah. So I'm not hybrid at all, even though my second employment is close. But they don't even want me over there because they say I do too much. So they don't want me to come on site anyway. They just want me to stay working. Okay, wish you a good night. It's past midnight. Oh my goodness. Okay, Melody, sleep well. Get you some rest. And Jackie doesn't miss potlucks either. So yeah, the social isolation, um, getting personal calls. I mean, getting calls from work after hours is a no-no for me. Unless you're a supervisor. Now, if you're a supervisor, like my husband is a supervisor, so he may get calls in the middle of the night. He may get calls, after work, and he needs to respond to those calls. But because I'm not a supervisor, don't be calling me unless it's a real emergency once I am off work. So that's one line that I don't blur and I don't cross. But I'm going to have to say there are more pros to working from home than there are cons. But working from home is great. Now, what I could do is I need to get back on track, and I think that I will be able to do that once we get off of this transition roller coaster that we're on. And because of that, and all of the stuff that we have to do right now, all these trainings, and we got settled into a system, a EMR that we were getting into. And once we got in it and learned it just only 2 weeks ago, they said this is not working for us. So now we're transitioning to another one already. So it's a whole lot, and it's taken away from my exercise. It's taken away from everything, because it's like got to get on it and get it done, and then be online more than usual. So hopefully in the next 2 or 3 weeks, things will settle down and I could get back into my routine. So Jackie says, that is another thing I don't miss. I used to be a supervisor. Now I just manage me. Yeah. Yeah. But another thing I like about being remote is absolutely no hovering, no micromanaging or anything like that. I know what I'm supposed to do. I do it. If I have questions, I could just use the Teams to ask those questions and just do my meetings. But does anybody have on their pajamas on the bottom when they're at work, working from home? I have been in situations like that where you know uh I had to just be so Johnny on it. I throw on a top, come to work, and then after I get that thing done, then I go and get myself dressed for work. But yeah, I've been in a situation where I was pajamas on the bottom. Jackie says she does all the time. Yes, yes. Yeah, it is so good to see you, Pastor Van. I don't fraternize with my coworkers. I did years ago when I first entered the workforce, but aside from a birthday card, paying condolences as needed, celebrating a birth, I value my true friendships. That's good. So there's those boundaries. That's good that you maintain boundaries. So I don't do stuff with my coworkers even when I was on site and outside of the potlucks we had to do at work. I didn't hang out and do extra personal stuff with my coworkers. I didn't do that. So because we have to have these boundaries and stuff, and it just saves a lot of trouble because mixing personal with work can get a little challenging and interesting, and it causes trouble. So we're not looking at our emails after hours. What about eating? Do you take a lunch break working from home? Do you take a designated time for a lunch break, or do you eat while you're at the computer working? Which one do you do? Do you take your breaks, or do you eat while you're working on the computer? And do you eat during a meeting? I've seen people do that, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I don't think this is my personal thought and my personal feeling about it. I don't think that you should be in a meeting eating. You know, now if you want to be on your personal online or something, are you doing a Zoom with your friends or something like that and you're eating, maybe, but not at work. I watched a 4-minute YouTube video today where a husband was describing his wife's character, all positive, as an introvert, and it described me to a T. It's why I prefer to work at home. That's cool. That's cool. I just don't think I could go back. I wouldn't choose to go back, but if I had to, I would. But I would have the same boundaries that I had then. I would have those same boundaries now. Excuse me. But yes, I really appreciate and I'm grateful that I'm able to work from home. But I totally cannot wait until we get off the roller coaster. I never eat, but I'm always hydrating. Yes, publicly to signal that it's time to take a break. And hydrating does count. Doesn't count, does it? Well, no, because I think that we should all be hydrating when we're in meetings, and even while we're working. If we're not in meetings, we should always be hydrating. And me personally, I don't count that as eating. And I think coffee is fine too. If you're having a cup of coffee and you're in a meeting, you would be, if you were in a meeting in person and you were at the table, you would probably be having coffee. So I kind of look at that along the same lines. So, but hydrating, yes, in a meeting, I'm hydrating all day, every day. I don't care where I'm at, and I don't care who see me. I push away from the computer, whether it's work or social media. And motivated you, I don't know where you are on the map, but I noticed that from here in California, when you come on live, it's like sometimes 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, okay, well, what time is it where she's at? So if you would want to share with me where you are and, what your time zone is, that would be cool. You got kicked out of the stream? Oh, I'm glad you're back, Kitty K. But yes, working from home is great. For some people, I'm sure they would have an issue with socialization, social isolation, feeling lonely. I don't think I would ever feel lonely working from home. I don't feel lonely. I always have something to do. I'm never bored. Sometimes the work itself is like a strain on the eyes, and I write a lot. My whole job is about writing. So I'm writing all day long. So I take about 4 10-minute breaks, and then I have a lunch. The other day, I had a 2-hour lunch, and I left the house and went and did my frugal shopping. The video I share with you all, but I'm allotted as much time as I need, as long as I have that work, whatever the work is for that day. As long as I have it done, I can do it however I want to do it, And so I thought about this. For some people, working from home could interfere with, especially if you work Monday through Friday, it might interfere with business, doctor's appointments. Some people have to go see lawyers. Some people have to go to the doctor. Some people have, eye clinic, different things that they need to do. So does your remote work interfere with your appointments? That's the thing, Kendi says. Working from home means I am not lonely. Why do folks think that equates to being lonesome? Some people do. Some people actually do, Kendi K. I'm so content over here protecting my peace and doing things my way. Yeah, but some people do have that mindset where they feel disconnected from their the engagement that they have at their jobs. I don't, but I absolutely not. But some people actually do experience that. And I can't say why, but I know that people do. And that's totally not an issue for me either. So it's good that we can do what we need to do and just keep things separated. you know Separation and discipline, it's important. You don't have to always be so strict on it, but it's really helpful, and it keeps you in peace. This can That is because I have to take leave to go to my appointments. It has to do with my hours. I work so much. Wait a minute, I missed something. I work not so much. It is work from home. Okay. So, like, I just had a CT scan, right? So that appointment was for 6 o'clock in the evening. And I usually shut down my computer around 4 unless I just absolutely have to stay working. But I do my appointments, the ones that I could do. Like when I did the blood draw, I did it on Saturday morning. And I did that because I just didn't want to, thought I wasn't going to deal with a lot of people. But I do my regular appointments like CT scans and MRIs. I do them at night because it's easier. And I don't have to take time off or ask for a day off for that. I want all of my time for what I want it for. Kendi K said, "Oh my God, I just had a flashback to my first day in a new office space, and they thought I was going to work in the basement, like underground, next to a lady, my coworker, who was a hoarder." Kendi K, they thought you was finna be in the basement. Girl, if we need to take additional time, he's okay with us doing it. Yeah. I could just say, hey, I got to go to the doctor, or something like that. But I just choose to do my stuff outside of my work hours. So I don't feel like um, I'm doing, being uncomfortable about the work not getting done or whatever. But when it's time for me to do my PTO, I do it in chunks, so it's not like how people take a vacation once a year. I take them whenever I need them, and I always have PTO hours stacked up because when I need to not be at work and I need to take a real break, I'm taking it. I totally messed up, laughing out loud. I meant the work from home is not my challenge. It's the hours of work. Everything is closed where I am. Everything is closed. Right. Some places are closed during those during your work time, even if you work from home. I worked I worked in person maybe 5 days and never in the basement office before I let HR know, Kendi K is saying, that the work site wasn't going to work for me. They set me up at home. Wink, wink. That's right. And you know, when you're efficient and when you're effective and you are a good worker and you're dependable, then you can have those flexibilities. People don't mind, because they know that they want you to do what's best for you in order to get their things done. So that's why my boss, when I say I need a break, she just let me go. She just asked me not to quit. I work I worked a lot before the work day starts so I could do my doctor's visit and chiropractor appointments, grocery shopping, and errands and such. I do the same, Motivator said. I have so many hours, took 3 weeks last month and a few days in June. Yeah, I'm just biding my time. I want to get, through the system that we're transitioning into, and I want to make sure that I know it. And once I've gotten that locked down, because all of us are working on that, none of us have it locked down because we just found out we're doing it. So once that's done and I know what I'm doing, I'm out of there, and I'm going to take me 2 or 3 weeks or whatever I might take. I'm going on a cruise and enjoy my PTO. I'm signing off. It's my nap time. Good night, Jackie. Have a good day, and thank you for being here. Thank all of you for being here. I really appreciate that you guys are here with me and having this conversation with me. I love the conversations and the talks about all the different things that we talk about, and we need to do it as often as we can. The crazy thing is some folks who work from home run out of time. I can't figure that one out. But oh well. Excuse me, run out of time. You mean like can't get the work done, run out of time? I'm what is this? My summer schedule. Kendi K's on her summer schedule, using all my PTO that doesn't roll over. Use it or lose it. Thank you for being here, Sister Sandra. Thank you for being here, Pastor Van. I really appreciate you. And you guys, if you guys like Bible study or Bible trivia, I love the Bible trivia. I missed it on this past Thursday. But if you ever need the truth and a good word, Pastor Van Lott. I trust him. I believe I know him. Like he's like a pastor father to me. And I know the doctrine because I know the word of God. So I know that what he's teaching and what he's sharing is the absolute truth. So if you have not checked Pastor Van Lott out and you have not been to his channel, check it out. You're going to love some good old Southern Bible teaching. Yes, yes. Yeah, I'm good at trivia. I know that word, unless I'm sleepy and I be half hearing the questions, you know how I'll be saying. Sometimes, can you repeat that? That's because I be tired. I enjoyed y'all. Time to lace up my tennis shoes and get my walk on. Enjoy your walk. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciated you coming. And it's been a minute since I've seen you. So thanks again for being here. It's almost time for us to land the plane anyway. So I won't be here much longer. But I really enjoyed this talk. I always think that everything that we talk about, that is not like a one-time conversation. And I keep saying I'm going to bring some of those conversations back, but I have not done that yet. But let's keep having these conversations and talking about these things because it helps us grow, it helps us mature, and it helps us to navigate life, and it helps us to see things from more than one perspective, right? So I always believe that is good to have these talks, and every single discussion doesn't have to always be about one particular thing, because we are many people with many life challenges, many life triumphs, you know, and so we just need to keep going with that, and to keep having these discussions. I really, really appreciate you all. And so we are 50 minutes in. So I'm going to go ahead and land the plane. I have a video to record that hopefully I can get it done. I've never missed a Monday or a Thursday since I started the channel. So I want to continue to be diligent with that. And I appreciate you all for being here today. And I'm go ahead and land the plane. You all have a great, blessed, and wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next one.
Living in, stronger every day. Living in, finding my way. Collecting me life, I say it plain. Color at the games that didn't win the game.